I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are actually going to talk about what I have been going through over the last few weeks. I say going through because it's not all wax, as you may have just seen. So, as I mentioned in my last video, it has been a minute since I have uploaded, so I have some clamshells to talk about and I have some other things. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I threw in a couple of Scentsy Go's just to remind me what we were enjoying while we were in Austin, Texas at Scentsy Family Reunion. So whenever we travel, I always travel Scentsy style. I always have to bring something to make our hotel room or wherever we're at smell good. So I tend to usually bring 2 warmers with me as well as my Scentsy Go's. So in the hotel room, I will have a full-size warmer as well as a nightlight or mini warmer. Being that this was Scentsy Family Reunion, Scentsy likes to spoil their consultants, and we get all kinds of goodies while we are at Scentsy Family Reunion. So since we were traveling and had luggage and the space was definitely needed coming home, my husband talked some sense into me and he's like, just use the Go's. You don't need to be bringing warmers and stuff like that. So I listened to him because most of the time he's right. So don't tell him I told you that. Anyways, so when we were in Austin, Texas, we definitely enjoyed our Scentsy Go's. So this one is actually his. He has a different wrap than I do. I actually have the bloom wrap that has flowers on it, and I have the rose gold. He has the silver. So in his is usually always blue grotto, which that's exactly what's in here. So we used both of the Scentsy Go pods. If you are not familiar with what these are, I will link a video down below. These are amazing. They are rechargeable, portable home fragrance systems, or any kind of fragrance systems, fragrance on the go, if you will. And then you have these pods that have fragrance beads inside of them and your favorite fragrance, and you can stick one in there. There's a little fan in there and you will stick either 1 or 2 depending on how strong you like your fragrance, and then you can turn it on and enjoy. I don't even think this has battery anymore. Nope. Oh nope, we're good. We have a little bit of battery. There's not a whole lot left in here because mine was super dead. I think my reunion one from last year is pretty dead as well, but I love this because you literally turn it on and it's instant fragrance. You don't have to wait for the wax to melt or anything. And obviously you can see it's super portable, about the size of a soda can. So this is awesome. And we had these going in our hotel room, so we brought these with us and it was great. So Blue Grotto is what he had going in his. I'd say the fragrance is still going, but I mean, honestly, the pods in these, they last a really long time. Scentsy claims 120 hours, but honestly, it's way more than that because seriously, these things go forever. So love that, but it's not as strong as it used to be, so we may change those out here pretty soon. And the ones that I brought, I had Sugar. So I had Sugar going in the Scentsy pods. This one, I'm so sad, is actually, the bar is actually leaving us. Is it leaving us in the Scentsy pods? Because I know in some of the body line, I know that Sugar is staying. But if you love Sugar in the Scentsy bar, you better stock up because it's retiring. Let's see here. Sugar. Is it here? It's not. So that means in the pods, it's going away as well. So that makes me sad. I'm gonna have to stock up on a few of these because I love these. This is so, so beautiful. Love this. So I was enjoying Sugar. Smelled amazing. In fact, one of the nights we had room service and the gal that brought up our dinner, she was like, what is this? It smells amazing. And she's like sniffing it, and so she's like, this smells so good. And it was the Sugar one. So I was like, yeah, that's right. Love it. Anyways, okay, on to a few other things because obviously it's not all just wax here. Candy Crave. So this is absolutely my favorite body wash in the whole wide world in Candy Crave. It's like a beautiful, slightly perfumey cotton candy fragrance. I love it so much. It is sweet, it's so pretty, and I love this. So Candy Crave in the body wash. Here's the thing, Candy Crave in the wax bar is discontinuing at the end of this month. So September 1st, Candy Crave will not be able to be purchased in bar form. But the only way it's staying around is actually in body wash. And I am so happy because this is my favorite fragrance in the body wash. So I was super happy to see it is staying around in the body wash. So happy about that. Okay, next I got my car back from the shop finally. And so I decided, you know what? My girl needs a fresh wash. She needs to be wiped out inside and she needs a new car bar. So I took out my Snowberry. This is like my go-to car fragrance is Snowberry. It's a winter fragrance and I know it's weird, but I love this. It's my signature car fragrance. So I took this out and I'm actually trying out Strawberry and Rock Melon that I scored from the flash sale. I wish I would have picked up more of these because this is amazing. It really does smell like melon and strawberry. It's so good. I love this. I'm enjoying it. It's still going. So I put it in right before we left for Texas. So it's been like 2 weeks and it's so good. It's still so strong. Love this. I am super bummed I didn't pick up more of these, but it is what it is. So after this, I'm sure I'll go back to my ride or die Snowberry. Okay, let's talk about some clamshells, shall we? I have 3. I know if you watched my whiff box video, I told you how much I love this month's scent of the month, and it is Harbor's Edge. I went through 3 entire clamshells of Harbor's Edge. I love this fragrance so much, you guys. It is so good. I strongly recommend you pick this up, even if you don't like fruity fragrances and you don't like clean fragrances, don't pick it up. But honestly, this is so good. It is the most predominant note in this is raspberry, but it's clean and there's a slight green note to it. It's so good and it's strong. It's not cloyingly sweet, but it's not like, it's the perfect strength. Like, so if you are sensitive to strong fragrances, don't be put off by this because it's not strong in like a headache inducing way. It is just, it's perfect. This scent is perfect. I love this. So Harbor's Edge, I went through 3 entire clamshells because it's my jam. I love it. Next, I went through a couple of Bring Back My Bars. Yeah. I went through Banana Berry, which is one of my husband's favorites. This is in my Scentsy Club because it is one of my husband's favorites. It's just a really fun strawberry banana scent. And it's strong and he loves it and that's all that matters. So I really love it too. It's strawberries and bananas. So like that. Next, I got through a clamshell of Blackberry Meringue. This one's also not around anymore, but it's in my Scentsy Club, so I continue to get it. I love this. This one never gets old for me. It is just a beautiful, fresh, sweet blackberry meringue. Like, there's not a crust note. There's not like a heavy, warm note to this, if that makes sense. It's just a sweet blackberry, like, fresh, clean meringue. I love it. So good. So good. And I remember when I popped it into my warmers, I was like, gosh, this is why it made it in my Scentsy Club. Like, it's just so nice and almost like refreshing. Like, sweet fragrances that are fruity tend to not necessarily be super refreshing in my opinion, but this, it is that, and I love it. So Blackberry Meringue. I got through one of those. Next, I went through one of my flash sale scores of Apple Crush. This one I actually did some mixing with Caramel Sugar Cone. This one is actually going to be discontinued at the end of this month, which is why I was like, whenever we come to a transition month, which is what this is, that means we are transitioning from the spring and summer fragrances and catalog, and we are transitioning into fall and winter. And that means we find out what scents are going to be retiring. So we found out that Caramel Sugar Cone is retiring. It's not going to be available starting September 1st. And I also know that Johnny Appleseed is no longer going to be available as well. So I was actually wanting to do a mixture with Johnny Appleseed and Caramel Sugar Cone, but I didn't have any Johnny Appleseed, which I was surprised because I thought I had some. But I did have Apple Crush on hand. So I decided to do a little mixture here, and it's so good. I really love this. So Apple Crush is just a really great apple fragrance, and it's a little bit more fruity than Johnny Appleseed. Like there's some other notes in here as well. A little bit of like pear and maybe even, yeah, it's like a pear apple scent. But then I mixed it with caramel sugar cone, which just, it's exactly what you would expect. It smells like a waffle cone, like an ice cream waffle cone. It's really, really good. So I decided to do some mixing, and this was really fun as well. So decided to do that. So if you love caramel sugar cone, make sure you pick up a few before it is discontinued. Next, another one that's leaving us is Camu Camu. I love this for the summertime. This is fruity, it's tropical, it's strong. I love this, and it makes me sad that it's going away. It makes me worried that it's not going to come back, because this is like a really great summer staple. It's so good. So super tropical, super fruity, Camu Camu. If you love this one, pick it up. If you're afraid it's not going to come back, if you feel like you can't live without it, build a Scentsy club, or if you already have one going, make sure you're adding it to it, because none of these fragrances that are being discontinued are promised to come back. If you have been with me for a while, you've heard my first heartbreak story of Huckleberry Sage. It was one that always came back every single year, year after year, every fall and winter season. So it's like, I don't need to buy like a crap ton of this because it's going to come back next year. Fast forward to next year and it didn't come back, and I just about had a heart attack. I was just like I remember scanning the pages like several times, like I must be missing something. It has to be here. It comes back every single year, and it didn't come back. So take advice from your girl, and if this is your jam, add it to your Scentsy club. And then last but not least, I put Blue Grotto in our warmers. This is my husband's, like one of his favorite fragrances. He's not super picky, but he definitely will tell you when he loves something. And this is definitely in his, like, there's probably 5 fragrances, not even that. I'll give him 5. There's probably 5 fragrances that he's like, yes, 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 yes. And this is one of them. So loves this. This is really fun and fruity, and it's crazy strong. Definitely great for the summertime. Love that. So Blue Grotto. It looks like we did a lot of like fruity fragrances over the past little bit here. So that is it. My bin is empty. That is what I've been going through. Sorry, this was a little bit random with the Scentsy Goes and then the car stuff, but I figured, hey, it's been a few weeks, so I wanted to share with you what we have been enjoying fragrance-wise. So thank you so much for watching. If you have been warming, if you have been mixing, let me know what you've been warming. I love to hear from you guys. I love to get little ideas, especially if you are putting together some mixtures. I love hearing from you guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video, which I believe we're going to be talking about what is going to be discontinued, like all the scents that are going to be discontinued. So definitely stay tuned for that. I think we may do a little sniff session together for what scents are going to be discontinued. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much. I will talk with you guys later. Bye, guys.